Welcome, welcome, welcome. What a pleasure and enjoyment, and what a privilege to be in your presence and have this opportunity to share with you insights and lessons and inspirations of a lifetime. A lifetime that's gone over 83 years. And I've been licensed as a clinical psychologist in the state of California since 1974. I've been in the profession as a psychologist totally for over 50 years. So I'm going to tell you very important aspects of life. I've talked about them psychologically, many lectures, all areas of life. But your health is an important part of that. And so I'm going to focus today on health and working out. Your exercise routine. Exercise, well, it's cardio, but today we'll be talking about weightlifting, strength training. It's a magic bullet in terms of insulin resistance, blood sugar levels, cardiovascular health, and longevity. I like to say this to people. I say, I'm 83 years old, and I finally know what I'm doing. That's the good news. You're getting me at a really good point in my life to share this with you. The title of today's presentation is Consistency and Working Out. Consistency in working out, the secret. The most important part of any training regimen is two parts. What's the best workout system? The one you're going to stay with. If you stay with it, that's a great workout system. If you're not going to stay with it, whether you invested a fortune in equipment, gym memberships, all the rest, if you're not going to stay with it or use it, it's not the best system. So sometimes working out less is more if that means you're going to stay with it longer. As for me, I've been working out close to 70 years now, 70 years. So I know a few things about consistency. At 83 years of age, I still lift weights about 4 days a week. I'll do Qigong daily, walking when the air quality is good enough to support that. And 5 rides to Tibetan yoga maybe once a week. There are times when I do it more often, but right now it's maybe once a week. I'm sitting at my desk so much of the time. Many of you are as well. Sedentary, dangerous. The sedentary aspect is dangerous. So I'm going to talk to you about what I do, and you adapt it for yourself in your situation that makes sense for how you live, where you're working out as wherever you are. It's wherever you're sitting, wherever you're standing, you could be doing something. Now, everything I teach has to do with honor, the way of honor, the honor teachings. I have a book on it, The Teachings of Honor. I have over 960 lectures on it. We have the honor movement. Honor demands you take care of your health. Honor demands it. And why do I say that? If you don't take care of your health, you're going to become a burden to those who love you. Taking care of your health involves how you eat, how you think, the air you breathe, the water you drink, and the exercise that you do. It's not honorable to make a burden of ourselves to those around us that we love and love us. It's just not honorable. It's not right. If it happens, we'll get hit by a car, there's an accident, well, that can't be helped. There's nothing dishonorable in that. But to have the knowledge of how to be healthy and not do that, that's dishonorable. Honor demands that you exercise on a regular basis. It absolutely demands that. So that, God forbid, we become disabled physically. We know we didn't co-create it. It was just something that happened due to our genetics or accidents and circumstance. So we're honor bound to take care of our health. Honor bound to exercise. particularly in today's lifestyle. I mean, everything's convenient. We have vehicles and machines and many things to help us with everything. We're not naturally that active now. So it's got to be introduced in. Now, the hardest part about working out and getting into routine, having consistency, is starting. To get started. That's why I tell everybody, commit to 3 minutes a day of exercise, 3 minutes, because it's easier to go from 3 minutes a day to an hour than it is from 0 to 3 minutes. Because at 3 minutes a day, you've got that momentum going. It's going. 3 minutes. Do it. Do some squats. Do some leg raises, deep knee bends, whatever. Now, I'm sitting right in this desk when I get to meet with so many wonderful, beautiful human beings, amazing people. But I'm sitting at this desk. Now, between sessions, I get up and I bring a file into the other room, bring the next file back in, then I call my people. But I'm sitting here a lot. And sometimes I'll call somebody, they don't answer. So I said, well, I'll call you right back again. And between there, I'll do a little exercise. So I'm going to show you what I do to do it. You adapt this to your life. So I keep this right over here. So when I'm back between sessions or between calls, I'll do some bar bands that way. That's very, very good for the biceps, the arms. Then I'll also go this way. I'll do a lot more reps of that, but I'm just demonstrating what I'll do. Now, I'll also have this. I keep this all right where I can reach it. Now, here's one for the forearm. So I'll do more reps than that, but I just want to demonstrate what I do. And then this one. Get the forearm. That's just why I'm sitting here. I just don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to go to a gym. I don't even have to get out of my chair for this part of it. So you want to be building up muscle. What you need to know about muscle. See, when I started working out, like every man that starts working out has two motives. One, we want women to look twice. Two, we want men to think twice. We all start off with that. Sex and aggression, without exception. Little did we know that the muscle we're building up longevity organs. The muscle is a longevity organ. We didn't do it to have longevity organs. It secretes myokines, which helps fight inflammation. Your leg strength is correlated with length of life. To the extent you have strong legs, particularly a strong toe, the big toe, associated with long life, and good grip strength. So I keep a little gripper here. I just reach right there. Just keep the grip. Of course, the better way, of course, to do grip strength is you do hangs. You hang from a bar.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I had a record at one time of 261 pounds per square inch when I was 70 years old. I just want to mention I was a world champion powerlifter. At 65, I took the title strongest drug-free man in the world for my age and weight, bench press 365 pounds. I also had a world record on a T-bar strongman pull-up 270 pounds. At 70, I took a world record on a power pull-up, hanging 140 pounds from a chain belt, and I did a pull-up. So I have these different world records. One thing that will definitely motivate you to train harder is competing. You know you're going to go out and lift that weight. I should also mention at 70 years old, I took the titles as a drug-free world champion bodybuilder. The competition and knowing you're going to be out there lifting or posing, it makes you train harder. It certainly, whatever passion you have is amplified. Because at that stage, I'm not doing it for long life. I'm doing it for the power, for the looks, for the achievement, for enhancing my self-confidence, that you're doing it for those reasons. But now we know it's part of longevity. Your muscle is a part of your longevity. Men and women both. Women, you don't have to be all bulked up and cut up and everything, but you want to keep it firm. Now, wherever you are, you can always be working out your arm and your pecs, man and woman, do the compressions. 9, 10, I hold it at 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I'll do typically 50 at a time. Get the pecs stronger. And you can be sitting around, you can be watching TV, you can be a passenger in a car. Just work it right into your life. Now, when you're doing something each day, now these are not heavy workouts. I have a gym downstairs. I spent $20,000 developing it. I've got a gym in the hallway. I can go to do a little heavier workout. But this is just something to keep a momentum going. A momentum. And in a few minutes, we're going to go to the kitchen. I have a microwave and refrigerator there. Bring in healthy foods. But while things are in a microwave, I have a little workout routine while I'm waiting for the food to get cooked. I'll demonstrate that. So you guys and you women, my wonderful people, you're in the kitchen, you're waiting for something to cook, do something. I'll show you things you could be doing, but there's more you can do than I'm even going to show you today. Now, another one I'll do is, this is something for the forearm. Back and forth that way, around like that way. That works out every muscle in the forearm. I don't expect you to have this equipment, but there's a lot of things you could be doing. That's a good one I like, the forearm. You have that. So these are exercises you could be doing. Now, so you need to realize that you don't have to go to a gym. The earth is your gym. The floor is your gym. You don't have to travel 5, 10, 20 minutes to go somewhere. You can do it on the floor. You can do push-ups, squats, deep knee bends. You could be doing push-ups. So many things you could be doing. You could be outside is even better, but if you're indoors, the floor is your gym. But then I keep some other paraphernalia around to just make it interesting and keep the workout going. Now, one thing I want to tell you about your workout routine. This is very important. Do not depend on a workout partner. Do not depend on a workout partner. It's very nice if you have one, or you have a few, but there'll come a time they're not going to show up. There's going to come a time where you're not going to that gym. You're not working out in that place. Your motivation can't be tied to a workout partner. Nothing wrong with having workout partners. It's good. It's motivating. But you have to be ready to walk this path alone. You're working out. Now, a key part of consistency, you can't just work out when you want to. I'm tired right now. I mean, I could be home watching television with my wife, eating some different things. Have my evening meal and drink with, I have some fruit drink and I put some vegetables in it. I could be there now. I don't really feel like working out right now. This thing I'm doing with you right now, I don't feel like doing it. But I'm happy to be here with you. Very happy. But who feels like doing these things, especially when you're tired? but you just do it. Not based on you want to do it, you feel like doing it, you just do it. And you just could commit for 3 minutes. Now, if you weren't here right now, I'd probably be home watching TV with my wife, watching movies, and I'd have a little weight. I've got this twisting device I use when I'm watching TV. I've got some other things I have that I can work out with. I'd be doing a little something, but there. So the key about the consistency, this is very important, even when it's the last darn thing you want to do, you got to do it. That's key. Take it from an 83-year-old guy that's been doing this going on 70 years. This May will be 70 years. In 5 months, it'll be 70 years. But this is how you stay with it. The four laws from Dr. Nerenberg on working out is never quit, no excuses. The best time to work out is now. The worst time to work out is later. Just do a little something, keep that little something going. And some days it's going to be a big workout. A couple of days a week I'm able to get for an hour, 2 hours. It's hard for me to make that time. I've got responsibilities to my wonderful patients, my people. I've got responsibilities to my family, my children, my wife. I'm a busy guy, but you make the time. You're busy. I know how busy you are. You come home, you're tired. I understand that. But you have to find a way to do this. 3 minutes. Get your 3 minutes. If that 3 minutes could turn into a couple hours, that's great. That's great. Now, if you have a passion for an obsession with this like I did, I was obsessed with becoming a world champion. I really needed to do that. I think for me, I was still working through adolescent issues, trying to get past certain insecurities in myself, which was very successful. It was very therapeutic, by the way, to become a world champion. Very therapeutic. And so I was obsessed with it for a good 10 years. That phase of my life. Then I became very committed to staying alive. At that point, I was just committed to being strong and looking good. And then now I'm committed to staying alive, which turns out to be a full-time job. Staying alive is a full-time job. Fortunately for me, it became a hobby as well, because a hobby that I can help a lot of my wonderful people also understand health. You can help yourself, help your loved ones. It's a beautiful opportunity for me. Now, over the course of time, I've developed injuries. I have a bicep tendon injury up here, supraspinatus tear on the right side, supraspinatus tear on my left side. I can't even do bench pressing now. You have to work out around your injuries. One, you want to do your warm-ups. Even with the precautions you take and the right supplements and medical attention, I kept getting injuries. But you work out around those injuries. You work out around it. I found ways to always do that. I don't do squats with weights. I'll do leg presses. I can't really do the bench pressing right now, so I'm doing flies for the chest and compressions. You find things you can do. Now, I'm going to go to see a doctor for my shoulders, and it's pretty expensive. I'm going to get stem cell injections, see if that can help with the inflammation. I had some cortisone shots that helped for about 6 or 7 months. Then it stopped working, so I'm going to go for stem cells. I don't want to do the surgeries. Stay away from going under the anesthetic, under the knife. I try to stay away from that. So these are, now, when you're working out, especially working out hard like I used to be working out very hard, it's good to take a week off. About every 10 weeks, you want to take a week off. A week off, you come back stronger. 2 weeks off, it weakens you. 1 week off, you come back stronger. Before I set that world record on the 365 bench press, I just stayed in bed a lot. I ate a lot. I had the week off. Stayed in bed till 1 or 2 every day. Just was eating, replenishing. I came in. I opened it with 340. It shot up. My next up was 350. Boom! It shot up. I mean, it was shocking how easy it went up. We have this all on video. Then went 365, shot up, a little bit of struggle at the top, and boom, it went. I owe 60% of my achievements to the great C.T. Fletcher, who I call my little brother. He calls me big brother. He was there spotting me when I was setting that world record. So I've shown you over here some of the things I do at my desk. 83 years old. Every one of you is younger than me. Every one of you is younger than me. There's no excuse. The old man can do it. You can do this. I'm telling you this. I'm challenging you to do it. And I'm hoping to inspire you to do it for the rest of your lives. You can do this. Just commit to 3 minutes a day. 3 minutes a day. That's not too much. You get sick, yeah, you might cut down a little bit, make something very light or nothing. Sometimes you just can't, you don't want to move. And of course, I've given many lectures on supplementation and eating. The foundation of my eating, for staying alive, beans, greens, and berries. Beans, greens, and berries. They don't have salmon, have nuts, garlic, onions, many other things. But that's the foundation, beans, greens, and berries. And staying away from processed foods. Try to eat as close to what God made and made abundant for us. You can't go wrong with that. Can't go wrong with that at all. And for a little extra money, I recommend going organic, so not having all those pesticides or whatever on it. It's worth the investment. Now we're going to go to the kitchen in a minute, so we're going to shut this down and take a few minutes as we transition over there. But before we do that, we have our wonderful, wonderful people here. And I'm going to invite you to make any comments or questions you might have before we relocate to the kitchen area. Ask any question you want. Hugh, yeah.
Talk about how important it is to take some kind of antioxidant after a workout to prevent free radicals damage.
Yeah. Hugh's bringing up how we're taking some kind of antioxidant to prevent free radical damage. It's good to take vitamin C before you work out, maybe even during the workout. Well, you do it before and after. It stays in your system. It takes a while for you to digest it. And by the time you finish, it's still operating, because as you're working out, you're generating free radicals. And also, as powerful and as healthy this is, for about 2 hours after you work out, especially if you do a vigorous workout, your immune system is somewhat compromised. So you want to keep your immune system strong. You want to make sure you're getting probiotics. Kefir's a good one, yogurt, fermented foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, apple cider vinegar, a lot of good ones you can have. But you want your antioxidants. But your beans, greens, and berries have a lot of antioxidants in it. So with the free radical being generated. So can't go wrong with that. Good comment, good question. I should say after you work out, there's an anabolic window that lasts for about 2 hours. You want to get a very, very rapidly absorbable protein, like whey protein. I don't take the whey protein that much, but I take branched chain amino acids. And once or twice a week, I take a half a dose of creatine, which increases strength and muscle size. And it does energize me. That branched chain amino acid, which has within it the L-leucine, which is the most powerful anabolic amino acid that stimulates protein metabolism and assimilation. So now we're going to go to the kitchen area. So now I'm in the kitchen area. I have something cooking in the microwave. I'll heat up. I don't cook my food there. My wife makes me great food, typically beans, 5 different kind of beans, all mixed together. She usually has mung beans, black beans, garbanzo beans, lentil, kidney beans, with spices, nice herbs and spices. We always have a big pot of something cooking. So I bring it in, I put it in the fridge, and then when I want to take a break, I just put it in the microwave, just heat it up for about a couple of minutes and chow that down. That's how I keep some berries here. I'll put that in the NutriBullet, make a drink out of it, putting some whey protein in there, some walnuts. I mean, you get to like all these healthy foods, let me tell you. It takes a while, but I got to really like it. So I have different things around. Here's one thing I have. So little band, and do shoulders like that. So I'm waiting for that thing to ding and let me know it's ready. And you could also do curls with it. I put it under my foot. And now that's just a curl with the bicep. Now I'm going to do the reverse curl right now, which will hit my lower bicep and forearm. There we go. So that's just something you can do. Keep it. But notice it's all, I just have to reach over and get it. The key is you want this stuff just laying around. Again, you don't have to have equipment. You could be doing just isometrics, pushing down, hold it. Get your tricep to the right arm, bicep on the left. Now it's tricep on the left, bicep on the right, pressing it down. So I'm working that out. Now, your calves are very important. It's like you have the pump of your heart, but your calves are like a pump, also pumping the venous blood. In fact, if you're on a plane, you want to be getting up. You want to do toe raises to help the blood circulate so you don't get blood clots, especially if you're sitting down a lot. So get the blood going. Then you want to do, even if it's partial squats or full squat, you want to be coming down. There you go. So some squats. Now, I'm showing you ones with this body weight because you may not have any equipment around, and that works. Now, I also keep dumbbells around. I'm usually falling over weights in my office, in my house, in my garage, in the hallways. So that's why, because I like weights. So I do some hammer curls. I keep some dumbbells right here. Now, a lot of times, less is more. If you don't overdo it, you're more likely to do it. I have a pull-up bar. I walk out of my bedroom in the morning, pull up on my daughter's doorway. I'll just do 2 or 3. Because I know if I try to max out, I don't want to make that effort. I don't want to do it. One important point is less is more. Less is more. So you do something that you can keep to. Again, what's the best exercise routine? One that you'll keep to. You'll keep to it if you're doing something where you know you're going to do it, where you're not going to dread doing it. Because if you dread it, if I was trying to max out on my pull-ups, I'd probably never do it because I don't feel like doing it. If I know I'm just going to do 2 or 3, I go boom, 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 and that's done. So, consistency and working out, the secret. This is the secret. 70 years to really understand it. I've had good pleasure working out with CT and under his guidance. A lot of things I figured out myself as well, but now I'm passing it so you have this knowledge. You have this knowledge of how to remain consistent. It doesn't matter how long you work out. If you can go 45 minutes an hour, that's great. But the most important thing is consistency. Consistency. That's what matters. So I'm going to open up to any comments or questions that you might have.
What's the exercise
What's the exercise I like the least? You know that when I was just showing you with the forearm, I hate that thing. So I do it, and some days I don't even want to touch that gadget. But I do it. Yeah, that's the one I like the least. Good question, you. I like that. I hate that thing. But I do feel like it works out the forearm really well. Yeah. Any other comments or questions?
I have one. Could you go back over the importance of the calf exercises in relationship to the heart again? I missed that.
Well,
it seems really interesting.
You don't want to get blood clots if you're sitting down much at your desk or you're on a flight. You do that with your calves. Typically, people start getting a blood clot around their calves. It pumps the blood and it makes the blood move. Your heart's one pump, your calf is the other. It's an actual pump. And you're doing that. It keeps the blood moving. Plus, it's good exercise for building up the calf muscle. But yeah, so you want to do those toe raises. I do it once or twice a day, 20 reps at a time. If I'm on a plane, I'm constantly up in the aisle, and I'll go to somewhere and hold on to the wall and do those calf raises. Just walk, stretch. Everybody else stays sitting down. I'm up and moving.
One of the things I do while I am cooking and just kind of standing watching the pan fry or whatever's going on is I practice balancing on one foot a lot.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I integrate like some actual like slight knee bends into that, so it's not locked. My balance isn't quite locked. It's all, I try to control it because I watch my grandparents have lost so much balance over the year, and they were trying those exercises. I'm like, you know what, I might as well get on that early. So that is something I do while I'm cooking.
Good for you. What's your name?
Michael.
Michael, that's brilliant, Michael.
Yeah, I mean, you got the time.
Exactly. You're there in the kitchen. So. You want to have a workout where you're doing downtime just to keep that momentum going. Excellent, Michael.
Right. Yep. Good advice always.
And you could be doing the compressions, working out your tries and your pecs while you're sitting.
I do that too, or I could do that as well. But I also have a pull-up bar that's hanging in the doorway, just off to the side. So I'll kind of bounce between there. If I need, okay, this is gonna cook for a second. I got a little time. Let me go either do some pull-ups, or I can take it down and do some push-ups. But generally, I'll just do push-ups off the ground, or what is it where you do a plank? I guess, but those are pretty tough. Yeah,
planks are good. It gets your whole core. I hate planks. I'll do them from time to time, even though I don't really like doing them because I know it strengthens the core.
They're rough.
Well, after a while, you start shaking with that thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but I believe in the plank. I'm just, and these are great things. You don't need to go to a gym. I mean, you've got as long as you have the floor, as long as you have a floor, you've got a gym.
Yep. God's gym's right there.
That's right here.
Thank you, doctor.
No, thank you, Michael. Thank you.
Yep.
Excellent. There's the attitude I'm talking about. I should mention that nurse practitioner Bert surprised me because when we was first being here, we just start grabbing weights to start doing something in between. I have some weights in the room. He'd be grabbing them and doing it between sessions. And I didn't even tell him about it. So Bert is really a very committed weightlifter, and he's really achieved great results. And then he's the only person I ever saw using the time that way, the downtime. I've been doing it for years. Yeah. Well, your kitchen routine, I love it.
Anywhere you can get it in, for sure.
That's exactly it.
Yep.
Well, it's been my pleasure to present to you consistency in working out, the secret